Hello, it's Ingrid again, and I would love to share a brand new lesson with you. The lesson for today is lesson 2-10A, and this is where we are going to be introducing 6 cards at one time. We are going to be introducing the beginning L blends. Now, this is going to be our very first lesson with blends. So before we get into blend instruction, I would like to review digraphs because digraphs work a little bit differently than blends, and we've already learned digraphs in layer 1. So I want to return to the digraph demonstration that you are very familiar with, but I'd like to go ahead and recap it just so it's fresh in your mind for when I turn it over to blends and you'll understand the differences between the two. Okay? All right, so let's talk about digraphs. We have 4 digraphs that we're going to be teaching in layer 1. The second digraph we're going to teach is SH, and we know that SH says shh. Now I always ask the students, we have our digraph SH, shh, and which 2 letters make up the digraph shh? And of course the students will say S, and they'll say H. And I'll say, you know, that's absolutely right. So let's take a look at the first letter in our digraph. And that, of course, is the letter S. When I hold up this card, the students should say S. Absolutely. And what I'm going to do is I am going to represent this letter S with the S sound with some blue food coloring. And my water is going to become as blue as the deep blue sea. Where are we going? Here we go. All right. There we go. Oh, that's lovely. Okay. Now, the second letter in our digraph is the letter H. And the letter H, when I hold this card up, what do you say? Perfect. The letter H is going to be represented by yellow. And this water is going to look as yellow as a bale of hay. All right, let me go ahead and swirl that together. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to bring our 2 letters together, S and H. We're going to bring that together into our digraph and watch what happens with the water. Bring that together. And this is where you say, ooh, and ah, and look what happened. It's not blue or yellow at all, is it? This doesn't say s or h. So just as our food coloring made a brand new color, our digraph makes a brand new sound. Just please remember that I cannot take this green food coloring and right here, right now, separate it back into blue and yellow. Okay, thank you so much for being so patient with me for that recap on how digraphs work, because I'm sure you'll see the connection for our new lesson. Remember, it's lesson 2-10A, and it's going to be the beginning L blends. All right. I found my cards from my card pack. I always like to set my cards out, and I like to talk about the cards and the lesson and the similarities and differences between the cards. So this first card does say bull, coal, full, goal, pull, and soul. And of course, they all have the letter L, and of course, each and every letter, beginning letter, is going to be different. Now, this is the way I always like to teach blends, because it really drives home the way that blends work. What I did is I went online to the Multisensory activities, and I printed out they're called pipe cleaner twist cards. So the first thing I do is I go ahead and I give 1 black pipe cleaner to each and every student in the room. And then I hand out different colored pipe cleaners, and I purposefully picked these 6 because you can easily go to any craft store and you can buy packs of these pipe cleaners, and all 6 colors are in it, okay? So each and every student will have one black pipe cleaner, and they'll have one of any other color. And what I ask the students to do, step number 1, is I'm going to ask them to go ahead and to twist it. They're going to blend them together. Okay, so this is what they're doing for blends. They're going to blend them because we're doing blends. So here we go. We're doing blends. Blend it together. And as they're doing these blends, as they're blending these pipe cleaners together, I'm going to talk about how, as they look around the room, they'll notice that each and every student in that classroom has a black pipe cleaner, because each and every L blend has an L, and the black pipe cleaner represents the L, the letter L. And they'll also notice that each and every student in the room has a different color, or another color that's different, and that color is going to represent the very first letter in each of these blends. Okay, so they're going to go ahead, and each and every student will have a blend just like this. What I like to do is I will say to the students, okay, now if you're holding the yellow and the black pipe cleaners like I am, then your blend represents BL, bull. I'll go through all of the colors and their certain blends. So if you're holding pink and black, your pipe cleaner represents coal. If you have green and black, it's full, and so on. So that each and every student knows which blend their pipe cleaner twist represents. All right, once everyone is crystal clear on that, I'm going to ask students to leave these pipe cleaners blended together. I'm going to ask them to think of a word that begins with their blend, and then they're going to bend their pipe cleaner into something that begins with, or they're going to bend their pipe cleaner into that word that begins with their blend. My blend, or my colors, are yellow and black, correct? And yellow and black represents bull, and this is what I made for my blend. And if you can't guess what it is right now, I'm going to give you a clue. Here we go. Are you ready? It's my bling. That's what I made out of my pipe cleaners. So I would want the students to guess what I made out of the pipe cleaners. Okay? So this is an activity that you can do when introducing any of the blends. It's a nice way to show students that even though these are blends, and more importantly, hang on, even though there are 2 letters on this card, just like there were 2 letters on the digraph, okay? There are 2 letters here, but blends work differently than digraphs. When I say BL, I can hear both sounds. BL is pronounced bull. And also, when I did this activity, you'll notice that I can see both colors. So I see both colors, I hear them both when I say them. And remember that when it comes to syllabication, if we see a blend on a bridge, am I able to separate blends? Absolutely. I can take blends apart, and if you have a blend sitting on a VCCV bridge, it can and should be split, because that's the way that blends work. Once that lesson has been completed, you will show each of these cards to the students. You will say the blend. For example, I'll say bull, and the students will write BL, bull, one time on either their whiteboard or in small group instruction, ideally in their sand tray, and you will go through and you will have them write each blend once. Now, please remember that the next step is going to be dictation of words and sentences. And it's really important that you have these blends displayed, you have the cards displayed throughout all of the dictation so that students will be able to reference them should they need to.